Hi everyone, I'm back. It's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and today I'm going to be making a soap called Vibrant Vetiver. I don't have to tell you what it's fragranced with, but I will tell you that I have a color tutorial in store for you, and it's talking about basically warm colors and cool colors. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's start off this color tutorial by just looking at the color wheel, and that's because this is not really a distinct color scheme per se that has a name, but it does involve warm colors and cool colors. So I wanted to just kind of start off by showing you the warm colors, and they occupy a hemisphere of the color wheel, going from anything that has reds in it to yellows in it, and those are the colors that we associate with warmth. And then if I flip it completely over, then we have the cool colors. And it's not always a hard, fast rule what the colors that are warm and what colors are cool, because as you get to the edges, it gets a little bit dependent on what other colors you're using. But in general, these are the cool colors, and these are the warm colors. For example, these colors on the border, yellow green, is sort of a marriage of a warm color and a cool color, so it gets a little bit more iffy on the sides there. But in general, again, these are the warm colors and those are the cool colors. So let's look at this painting that I did. I'm going to send you links to some of the paintings that I based earlier soaps on. I'll put links on that. One was making Mango Splash and the other one was making Merriment. And then we're looking at a painting that I did quite a while ago. I called this painting Rain. And it's hard to decide what color scheme that is. There's greens, there's yellows, orange, blues, and of course the white. But in general, there's a massive green there, and the pops of orange were for me to just kind of add some difference in there. If it was all green, it would not be very interesting at all. But you notice that the leaves also kind of come out at you more than the blues and the greens that kind of push back, and that's one of the trademarks of cool colors, in that they push back and the warm colors push forward. You can keep that idea in mind when you're making soap as well. So let's get the predominant color on my paper here. So there's my green. Paper is a little different. Same kind of paper I've been using, but it's repelling the watercolor a little bit. But you get the idea. There's my green. And I'm going to be using a really deep blue. I'm make my blue a little deeper and stronger in this one because I'm taking the black out. So the blues, in fact, because it has the darkest value, is going to serve as that my black or my darkest value in this soap. So there's the cool colors, as we talked about earlier. Those are the ones that tend to recede. I'm also going to have some white in there. The page is already white, but I can paint white paint on this. It's a little messy with my blue still mixed in my brush, but at least then you can see that against the white on paper. And then here is the yellow orange I'm going to use. So instead of just mixing it off camera, I'm going to show you how I get the kind of orangey yellow that I'm going to have in this. It's a little bit too much orange. And then I thought I'd turn this into, it's probably what I want, talking about ochre yellows. And there are soap colorants that are already ready for you. They're already mixed up. You don't have to do much to it. But it's always nice to know how these colors are mixed. So I'm just going to show you how I mix an ochre. If I run out of a color that I need, either in a painting or in soap making, it's nice that if I have the basic colors, I can mix it. So how do I make an ochre? I start out with some yellow and orange. Needs a little more yellow. And ochre is not only a warm color, it's also an earth color. So what I do is I add just a touch of brown to it, and there's pretty much an ochre already. I know the one above it looks exactly the same, but that's because I should have made it a little touch more orange. So we're kind of spoiled these days in that all these colors are available to us, but if you want all this expansive colors that are out there, you're going to have to buy quite a bit of color. Beginning artists, we have a sort of lesson that you have yellow, blue, and red, the primary colors, and from that you have to derive all the colors of the color wheel just by mixing colors. So it's good to know how to mix colors. So let's go to the soap making. Okay, I've already pre-mixed and blended the usual milk and clays. This vetiver smells great. Let's get the colors going. So I use these smaller cups just to remind me to use just a little bit of color to the main mix. There's green. Probably use a little less of the dark blue. That's going to serve as my black or my darkest value color. It's my light blue. I don't mind a little bit more of that. And the orange. And add the titanium dioxide to the bigger amount. Let's go with the orange first. And there's the green. It's my light blue, nice blue. And the dark blue. Okay. So just make sure that everything is incorporated well and that I can get as much of the bubbles out of there as possible. With that, vetiver is a grass, so I want to have those fine swirls as opposed to something that had a broad leaf. I would use maybe thicker swirls, or one thicker swirls. Alright, so here's the game plan. I'm going to do, again, an in the pot type of swirl. But I'm going to do it like a faux funnel pour first. So I'm going to make sure that that goes in two places. There. There. Keeping some for the top. And then I'm going to do the orange. Right where I poured those two. Maybe one more area because I did make more orange. And then on top of that, the light blue. And I'm going to go across the way and get some just on the top. Keep some for the top of the soap when it's in the mold too. And the green's going to go on top of all that. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that's the pour. Let me go 1, 2, 3 times around. 3 times as opposed to 2 because I want tighter swirls. But I don't want to muddy them up either. can see what it's going to look like as it pours in. This type of swirl is really important to keep a lot of the colors out for the top, because you don't want to waste soap. I don't think I want the top to look just like this, so I'm glad to have some extra soap that I control in a pour. The blue and the green, those are my cool colors again. I like this dark blue a lot, so I think I'll keep that pour for the last. This is still pourable. And this is Vibrant Vetiver. Okay, this is Clyde at Vibrant Soap. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see me again, because I'm going to make some more videos in soap. Bye for now. It's so nice today. I went out in the front and I saw this little guy come running down the path as he always does, this little stray. I wasn't even a cat person before this little guy started showing up and being very friendly, and look how he just hops right on top of the bench with me to enjoy the day. And he'll stay with me for a long time, but I told him I have to cut some soap, and after I cut the soap I might have more time to come out and play. That blue came out really cool, and I expected these swirls to happen like that. I like that swirl. It's essentially a faux funnel pour inside the pot, and then in the pot swirl as well. And I really think that's appropriate for vetiver. And I wanted blues and greens, and then the orange sets it off, being the complementary color. A little pop of warm color in the cool colors. And the top ended up looking like a peacock swirl, like peacock feathers. I'll show you the top before I cut into it any more. Especially right here, looks like a plume of peacock feathers. And the dark blue served as my black. I said, I know that doesn't make sense, but the blue is like the darker color for some delineation without a really dark one. It's not as bold, so I made sure that that blue was very pure and strong. There's not much of it in there, but it just has a pop. And thanks for watching. This is Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and that orange cat that you saw in my earlier part of the video, cutting video, well, we named him Orange Cat. We'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody.